Someone insults you, someone disrespects you, someone tries deliberately to get a reaction out of you. What if you simply didn't give them one? Not because you don't feel anything, but because you've learned something most people never learn, that your reaction is the only thing you were ever truly giving away for free. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand why the most powerful people in any room are often the calmest, and why learning to react to nothing might be the single most useful skill you ever build. Let's start with the truth. Every time you react strongly to something, whether it's anger, panic, defensiveness, or desperate explanation, you are handing over a piece of your power to whatever triggered you. The insult, the provocation, the unfair situation. In that moment, they are no longer just affecting your circumstances, they are controlling your internal state. This is exactly what the ancient Stoics understood thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself privately, reminding himself constantly that other people's actions were never within his control, but his own response always was. This wasn't philosophy for show, it was a practical tool for staying steady in a world that constantly tries to provoke a reaction. Let's talk about why reacting feels so automatic, even when you know better. Your brain is wired for threat detection. When something feels like an attack, whether it's a literal threat or just an insult to your ego, your nervous system fires before your rational mind even catches up. This is ancient wiring, built for physical survival, now misapplied to modern social situations that aren't actually life-threatening at all. The problem is, most provocations today aren't real threats. They're bait, someone trying to get a rise out of you, an unfair comment designed to make you defensive, a situation engineered, consciously or not, to see if they can control your emotional state. And here's the part that changes everything once you understand it. The moment you react strongly, you've already lost, even if you technically does win the argument, because you've proven that your emotional state can be controlled by someone else, simply by pushing the right button. Really sit with this. Think about the people you consider truly powerful, not loud, not aggressive, but genuinely powerful. Chances are, they're not the ones flying into rage at every slight. They're the ones who stay calm, who respond deliberately instead of reacting instantly, who seem almost unbothered by things that would send most people spiraling. That calm isn't a personality trait some people are simply born with. It's a skill built deliberately through practice and understanding. Let's talk about what non-reacting to nothing actually means, because it's often misunderstood. It does not mean suppressing your emotions, pretending you don't feel anything, or becoming cold and detached from your own inner life. That's not stoicism. That's just numbness wearing a calm mask. Reacting to nothing means feeling the emotion fully, privately, internally, while choosing not to hand your external behavior over to that emotion in the moment. You can feel anger and still respond calmly. You can feel hurt and still choose your words deliberately instead of lashing out. The goal isn't to feel less. The goal is to be governed less by what you feel, in the exact moment you feel it. Let's talk about why this matters so much, practically, in your everyday life. The first area, arguments and conflict. Most arguments escalate not because of the original issue, but because both people keep reacting to each other's reactions. Someone raises their voice, so you raise yours. Someone gets defensive, so you get more defensive. Within minutes, the actual issue is buried under a pile of emotional reactions stacked on top of each other. The person who can stay calm in this exchange, who can respond to the actual issue instead of reacting to the rising emotional temperature, almost always ends up in a stronger position. Not because they won some kind of contest, but because they never lost control of themselves in the first place. The second area, criticism and insults. When someone criticizes or insults you, there are really only two options. Either what they said is true, in which case reacting emotionally doesn't change that truth, it just adds drama on top of it. Or what they said is false, in which case their opinion was never accurate to begin with. So why would you hand over your peace of mind to an inaccurate statement? This single reframe, gen true or false, either way a reaction doesn't help, quietly dismantles the power most insults have over you. The third area, other people's bad moods and behavior. When someone is rude, dismissive, or cold toward you, it's tempting to immediately internalize it, to wonder what you did wrong, or to match their energy defensively. But often, their behavior has very little to do with you at all. It's a reflection of whatever they're carrying internally, not necessarily an accurate judgment of your worth or actions. Reacting to nothing here means not absorbing someone else's emotional state as your own, and not needing to fix, explain, or defend yourself against behavior that was never really about you to begin with. Now let's talk about something important. Reacting to nothing is not the same as being passive or letting people walk over you. There is a real difference between staying calm and staying silent when something genuinely needs to be addressed. Staying unbothered doesn't mean you never set boundaries, never speak up, or never protect yourself. It means you do those things from a place of calm clarity, instead of from a place of reactive emotion. In fact, boundaries set calmly, without anger or defensiveness, tend to land far more effectively than boundaries shouted in the heat of an emotional reaction. Calm carries its own kind of authority that reactive anger simply cannot match. Let's talk about how to actually build this skill, because it is a skill, not a personality trait you either have or don't. The first practice: create space between the trigger and your response. Even a few seconds of pause, a breath, a moment before speaking or reacting, interrupts the automatic reaction cycle. This isn't about suppressing the feeling. It's about giving yourself just enough space to choose your response, instead of letting the emotion choose it for you. The second practice: ask yourself, in the moment, whoa, is this actually about me or is this about them? So much of what triggers a reaction in us is actually more revealing of the other person's internal state than our own worth or actions. Reminding yourself of this in real time weakens the emotional pull of the provocation significantly. The third practice: practice on small things first. You don't build this skill by immediately trying to stay calm during the biggest, most triggering moments of your life. Start smaller. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Someone gives a slightly rude comment in a group chat. Practice staying unbothered in low-stakes moments, and the skill compounds, becoming available to you in higher-stakes moments over time. The fourth practice: detach your sense of self-worth from other people's opinions of you. A huge amount of reactive behavior comes from feeling like your worth is being threatened by someone else's words or actions. But your actual worth was never something another person's opinion could genuinely determine in the first place. Once your sense of self stops depending on external validation or fear of external judgment, there is simply far less for anyone to provoke. Let's talk about something worth sitting with. Staying unbothered is not about becoming invulnerable or pretending you're above being affected by anything. Real stoicism was never about suppressing your humanity. It was about not being needlessly controlled by every external event, every rude comment, every provocation that comes your way. You will still feel things, deeply sometimes. That's part of being human, and there's nothing wrong with it. The goal is simply to feel those things without letting them dictate your behavior in ways you'll later regret. Here's a picture that might help you hold on to this idea. Imagine calm water, deep and steady. You can throw a stone into it, and yes, ripples will form. But the water itself doesn't turn into chaos. It absorbs the disturbance and slowly returns to stillness. That is what staying unbothered actually looks like. Not the absence of disturbance, but the capacity to absorb it without losing your underlying stillness. Shallow water, by contrast, gets thrown into total chaos by even a small stone. That's reactive living. Every provocation, every insult, every inconvenience creates total disruption because there's no depth to absorb it. Building depth through practice, through self-awareness, through detaching your worth from external validation is what allows you to become the deep water instead of the shallow water. Now let's talk about what to actually do with this, starting today. First, the next time something provokes you, pause before responding. Even 3 seconds of pause changes everything about how you respond. Second, ask yourself honestly, in triggering moments, whether reacting will actually change the outcome or whether it will simply cost you your peace for nothing in return. Third, practice on small provocations deliberately this week. Treat them as training, not just inconveniences to survive. Fourth, remind yourself, especially during criticism or insults, that your worth was never something someone else's words could actually alter. Let me leave you with this. You do not have to react to everything that happens to you. You are allowed to feel deeply and still respond calmly. You are allowed to disagree, set boundaries, and protect yourself without losing your composure in the process. The people who move through this world most peacefully are rarely the ones who feel the least. They are the ones who have learned deliberately how to stay steady, even when the world around them is not. Reacting to nothing is not weakness. It is not passivity. It is one of the quietest, most powerful forms of strength there is. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. So many people spend years being controlled by their own reactions without ever realizing there was another way. If you're new here, this channel is called Witherism. We talk about things like this every week. The mindset shifts nobody explains clearly, and the honest, practical work of building real inner strength. If this video helped you, even a little, subscribe. Not for me, for the version of you that might need this reminder again the next time someone tries to provoke a reaction out of you. And if someone comes to mind while watching this, someone who could genuinely use more calm in their life, send this to them. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.